Ladies and gentlemen, it's Titoclock. So please welcome your host, James Deacon.
What's up, everybody? I can't believe this. June Oliva beat me. How the hell does that happen? June beat me to the show. I saw his name pop up even before I saw my face. What's up, everybody? How you all doing? It's Tito James here with the rest of the gang. And when I say the rest of the gang, I mean the entire gang. Yeah, we've got X, Y, and Z in the house here today. So welcome, everybody here. Let's spin it around. Check it out. First time perfect. Well, for the crew to all be here in the room complete. What are you stretching for? Oh, okay. I got you. No problem at all. All right, so we are live until 6 o'clock today. Mayanne, you're a little late, but you're forgiven. It's all right. You know, you can't have a perfect record for like 2 years straight, right? So we let you off. June is particularly early today, but never mind. It's not a competition, right? We got Christmas lights here in the studio. So after Halloween, we're finally in the Christmas spirit. Titoclock Studios, of course, here in Makati, broadcasting to you live wherever you might be. So speaking of which, why don't you tell me where you are, right? Just give me a buzz. Pardon me. There we go. Like Danica said, she's from the Philippines. That's cool. That's all I need to know. If you want to be more specific and say you're from Pasig, Quezon City, Bulacan, Taguig, wherever, right? That's cool too. Just like to sort of see where everybody is. Gives us a nice picture of where people are watching. Watching while driving. Ay, nako, Cecile. You shouldn't have told me that. Of course, I'm a road safety advocate. What else am I going to say? You shouldn't do that, right? So just listen on. Listen. We'll keep the visuals down for you so that you can keep safe on the road. All right. When will you talk about the vaccine in your desk? Are you kidding? I bring these things up all the time, but this is just like, for me, oh my God, one of the most divisive topics out there. But yeah, I do touch on it every now and again. I talk about vaccines, I talk about the masks, I talk about all these other controversial topics, but we spread that around a little bit. Okay, Bulacan, we got, who else? Who else we got? Watching from Gumaca, Quezon. Oh, that's so cool. Hello from Cebu. This is wonderful, you see. Get to see where everybody is. Gumaca, Cebu. Wilbur from LifeSmart. What's up, Wilbur? Haven't seen you in a while. That's been pretty cool. Wilbur did my condo and whatchamacallit in BGC, and it was fantastic. Put like the smart door locks on it, and got some automation going. We need to get the automation for the Titoclock Studios one day. But yeah, give it time, X. Calm down. Who else we got out there? Mayanne's watching from Maykawayan, Bulacan. All right, that's pretty cool. And so, all right, we don't have to buy time anymore because guess who just dropped in the house? It's Chris. Chris, I hope you're ready with the latest in headlines. What you got for us?
Yes, I am so ready, Tito James. What's up, my fellow Tito Clockers? Happy Friday. This is Chris, and here is your Tito Clock news. National statistician Dennis Mapa said today that the Philippines' inflation rate spiked to a nearly 14-year high of 7.7% in October as a consequence of global shocks and gaps in domestic policies trigger a consumer crisis. According to MAPA, the 7.7% posted in October 2022 is the highest since December 2008's 7.8% when the world suffered a financial crisis. The inflation rate of food and non-alcoholic beverages accelerated to 9.4% in October from 7.4% in September as a result of external price pressures, including Russia's invasion of Ukraine, disrupted global supply chains, and the lingering impact of recent storms. MAPA said there is a high probability that October's 7.7% is not yet the peak, given recent storms pushing up food prices. To tame inflation, NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan emphasized the need for continued targeted relief and investment in climate-smart agriculture technologies for food security. Experts have repeatedly emphasized that Marcos could take various steps to address inflation, including shifts in import policies or addressing domestic supply constraints. The government released 663 million pesos in calamity fund in October, with the remaining 8.8 billion pesos ready to be tapped for disaster relief operations for the rest of the year. Latest data from the Department of Budget and Management, or DBM, showed that the remaining calamity fund is at 8.79 billion pesos out of the 20.7 billion pesos allocation for 2022. The entire 663 million pesos was released to the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, to replenish the agency's Quick Response Fund, or QRF. Based on the law, once the QRF of any agency reaches 50% or lower, it can request for replenishment from the DBM. The QRF is used for the reconstruction, rehabilitation, or repair of damaged roads, bridges, buildings, and other disaster related expenses. Other agencies with QRFs are the Department of Agriculture, Education, Health and Public Works and Highways, as well as Bureau of Fire Protection, Philippine National Police, and the Office of Civil Defense. DSWD is the top recipient with 3.57 billion pesos, followed by the DPWH with 3.12 billion pesos and the DA with 2 billion pesos. 60% of Filipinos approved of the law mandating the registration of SIM cards, a new survey from the Social Weather Station suggested. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. signed in October a law requiring Filipinos to register their SIM cards, a move that is seen by the government to curb scams and other crimes. Critics of the measure, however, said this could lead to data breaches and privacy violations. The SWS poll showed that 60% of the 1,500 respondents were in favor of the new measure, while 17% expressed disapproval and 23% were undecided. The survey was conducted a week before Republic Act 11934 was signed into law. According to the survey, 66% of the respondents believed that SIM card registration would help fight crimes committed through mobile phones. 10% did not believe the measure could deter crimes through cell phones. The SWS survey was conducted through face to face interviews. Carlos Edriel Yulo, the pint-sized Filipino phenom, swings into action Friday, which is early Saturday morning in Manila, in the men's all-around final of the 51st FIG Artistic Gymnastics World Championships in Liverpool, England. With his strong third-place finish in the all-around qualifiers last Monday, 22-year-old Yulo will be a top contender for the gold at the M&S Bank Arena in the event that starts at 6 p.m., which is 2 a.m. Saturday in Manila. He will be up against Japanese Wataru Tanigawa and Daiki Hashimoto, the Tokyo Olympic men's all-around gold medalist, and Chinese defending champion Zhang Boheng. Gymnastics chief Cynthia Carrion, who is in England, said that Yulo needs to avoid problems in the pommel horse where he slipped and horizontal bar where he had low scores of 11.66 and 13.533 respectively in the qualifiers. Yulo will seek to regain in the floor exercise gold on Saturday and will defend his vault championship the next day, plus competing in the parallel bars in the two-day apparatus finals to conclude the World Gym Fest. Those were the latest in headlines. And of course, a Titoclock Friday wouldn't be complete without our weekly dose of sweet potatoes coming all the way from Kamote Corner.
It
Ayan
gets
na.
me primed every time. It gets me primed. That dun dun dun.
Ah, diba?
What's up,
So that
Chris?
you
What you
know.
got?
All right. The first one, we got an illegal vehicle on the road.
What we got there? Oh, yeah, these guys. Where? This is like a super main road, nah. This looks like EDSA.
It looks like it. So yeah, Supremo.
Everywhere. They're. Ay, nako. I'm gonna pass on a comment already if you don't mind, because I've said everything
That's
I need
okay.
to
They
say about
already
the.
know it. These people know what's right or wrong. I don't know why. Is it? I don't want to
I
say
don't
it's
know if
the
they do.
Filipinos in them.
I honestly know. I honestly don't know if they do, Chris, because in the beginning I think they do, but then after like uh, they
After a
become entitled.
while,
They feel entitled to it, and then because I don't
how
know them,
come
the
though?
cops haven't stopped them or nobody's done anything, it becomes, oh well,
Yeah,
nobody's got a problem. It legitimizes it for them, and then one day they get run over by a bus or hit by a car that's going completely different speeds to them, and then sila pang galit, sila pang mag-ano. So,
that's true.
and kawawa
Yeah,
naman, like, where I really feel bad for the people here that let's say you do hit something like this on the road.
mhm,
I can't really see that being entirely your fault. In fact, in many situations you're just not expecting it. You are going to overtake and whatever, you don't see because you're expecting everyone to be moving at the same pace, and boom, all of a
true.
sudden there's this little thing, this like electrified mosquito in front of you,
Mosquito.
because that's what they look like. They're just like little buzzing around like little mosquitoes. And look, I'm all for EVs, right? I've got one myself, and I totally
Mhm,
support the idea. But this kind of EV is not the kind of EV that should be allowed in public roads, or at
true.
least public roads
Not
like this.
maybe
Villages,
not the
that's
main
fine.
lane.
There's certain roads where it'll work.
True.
Factories, warehouses, stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
subdivision, but not naman a public road like EDSA with moving cars of different
Yeah.
speeds. I said I wasn't going to comment, and comment.
But you still did. I know you can't help yourself.
Can't let a
All
good
right,
lecture go.
here we go. The next one is just another truck accident. So this is what Optimus Prime would look like if he meets an accident. Ooh,
What on earth is that? Wow. They just fall off the road or something?
possibly maybe skidded down because it's a
Ah, yeah,
slopey zigzag area
yeah,
and it's
lifted up.
raining.
Oh, man.
Mhm.
Probably overloaded by the looks of it.
Most probably.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
won't
Be
assume
careful on
anymore.
the road.
Yep. Don't overload.
Good thing it didn't hit anybody. So yeah, be
Oh,
careful, guys. Okay, the next one. I'm not sure what to call it. I just called it an HPG parade or a highway patrol group.
okay.
Can I call it that?
You can call it it's like an ATM machine, right? The automatic teller machine, right? It's okay. The highway patrol group. It's okay. We
Group.
get it. Um, I
I
don't know
mean,
what's going on here, but my gut
yeah,
tells me that it's a convoy again of VIPs. And you know what I mean by VIPs, right? Very insecure pricks.
that's true.
I just don't know. I have no idea what's going on here, but that's the first thing that pops into my head. And that
Mm-hmm.
already says there's a problem. Because if you are the HPG, you don't want to immediately be associated with this, right? You don't.
Yeah.
So there's already a problem that people automatically associate you with being haggads and escorts for VIPs. So
Yeah.
whether they're doing this or not is not the point anymore. The fact that it's been done so many times that it's ingrained already and it becomes a
Mhm.
natural association with
Yeah.
your brand is
True.
already a problem in itself.
That's
So
true. That's
there,
true.
guys, do something, because especially in law enforcement, perception is so important. Image is so important. This is why they spend, in all these, in uniforms, in badges, in well, the US used to do it with movies and stuff like that, because you need
True.
to build perception of your police force. And when the perception here is they're paid escorts or they're abusers of the law, it's already a loss. It's already a gigantic loss. So I hope these guys police their ranks. Again, I'm not saying I know what's going on here. These could be
Yeah.
the innocent ones over here, but sadly the innocent ally with the bad behavior of the bad apples.
That's true. Okay, let's hope this isn't something that the entitled people are using. I hope
Why do
it's
I
just a
why do I feel
coincidence that they're in a
why,
group.
why do I feel like a holiday jukebox? Like, just like you press a few buttons and then here comes out a homily of some sort, and then one and another one.
Wala na lang may
Okay,
numbers na. 0, 5, 4, 2.
okay. I'm gonna try to
All
keep
right.
quiet. I'm gonna try.
Okay, next one. If there's a Mortal Kombat, I call this Angkas Combat. Beware.
What on earth is going on here? Is that a gun?
Yes, I'm hoping it's just a toy gun or a paintball gun. I don't know what's happening. Why the person is holding this one
And
and
I think we might
what is
actually
it?
have laws already about this, whether that's even a toy or not.
Oh
I would
yeah.
love to hear from our if anyone out there has a legal experience, a legal background. I'd love to hear because I'm kind of I'm pretty sure that we do have a law regarding like how you brandish even a toy gun because
Mm-hmm.
it could create panic. So whether
True.
this is real or not, I still see a problem doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not so aware of it. So if there's anyone who can put it
But
on
you
the
know what I
comment
mean,
box,
right? You know what I mean?
true.
It's like when if you went to a bank and you held them up with a toy gun,
Yes, yes,
at least for sure in the states, you would definitely be charged.
yes, yes.
There's a certain charge for it because it is still intimidating with the use
Mm-hmm.
of okay, it doesn't matter, that's not real, just in the same way that when you yell out bomb in an airport, there doesn't need to be a
True.
bomb for you to be arrested. The threat
Yes,
of
yes.
it alone is already enough, or the
Right,
joke is
right,
already enough.
right,
So
right. So
you
yeah, be careful with bringing toy guns or anything shaped like a weapon, guys.
yeah,
All
or
right.
a brand one like that, no, like Mortal
Uh,
Kombat, ang style,
Mortal Kombat.
public Mortal Kombat. No.
Public Mortal Kombat, indeed. Let's go. All right, we got the last one. Please tell me that this one is just a decoration, or I don't know. I'm not sure what to look at. Wait, there we go.
Here we're looking at the quad pipes.
Yes. I
Oh,
mean, is that
nice.
even legal?
Well,
That even
there are cars
allowed?
with quad pipes. I haven't seen a Vios with quad pipes, but
Yeah,
I've seen decoration ones. I mean, you buy them cosmetically, and I'm
true.
pretty sure this is what this guy's done because putting quad pipes on the Vios is probably no. But it
It's
looks
a
it looks more like a coffee machine. I mean, it doesn't intimidate anybody when it's
no,
coming.
it doesn't.
Car,
It
you put this on a Lamborghini or something like that, people would be like, oh, okay. But on a Vios, yeah, it kind of looks like.
looks like
Hmm.
a toy,
Mm.
a converted toy.
But benefit of the doubt, maybe he upgraded it. She upgraded it. Hmm.
Maybe.
Doubt
I
it
don't
though.
think so. What do you think, guys? Coffee is
Mm.
life indeed. All right. So since this is the last one, and of course you made it, we made it in the day. Yes, and it's already November. Time flies so fast, and next month is Christmas. Yes! Congratulations in advance to our raffle winners. And stay away from kamote people, but choose happiness instead with some Sugar Rush, which is on social media. Follow us at Sugar Rush Entertainment PH for your party entertainment needs, or you can just shoot me a DM. Hi, Ian. All right, this is Chris, and have a fabulous weekend, everybody. Stay safe, healthy, and hydrated. See you on the next one. Bye.
Well, that was Chris with the latest in headlines. Thanks, Chris. Always good to hear your chirpy voice. Speaking of which, we always give her a little bit of a plug after this because we want this to keep this in the community. If you like her voice and want to use it for any kind of voiceover work or anything like that, pop her a message. There's her digits right there, scrolling right there. No excuses now. So that is Chris with the latest in headlines. Another thing that we like to do here is do a segment we call Free Plug Friday, just a little segment that helps out little businesses or small businesses into getting a little bit, to getting their product exposed or the service exposed. For that, we need XX. What you got in the box there, X? Wala nang mask mandate, no? Optional na.
Tito James, you actually have a point there, but for some reason, I'd like to keep the
Tradition.
mystery alive. It's tradition. It's been a 2020 tradition. So anyway, guys, welcome to another edition of Free Plug Friday. Again, this is X. And of course, TDJs, we have a lot of items in store. But how about we start with the first one? I think that was sent to Titoclock Studio. It's to your left. There's a bunch of organizers from Le Organize. So TDJs, I'm going to hold some up myself because these came in today. And Peter James, just a little bit of background. This company has actually been around since 2007. And they started offering organizers, bags, wallets, pouches, and they've actually expanded to now backpacks, foldable duffel bags, and file and gadget organizers. So how do you find some of the items that they sent over? So this is actually a receipt organizer. What did you get, Peter James? What's that?
It's for the car.
Yes, it looks like a car organizer, right? It has different pockets on the side. If you can show them. I love
these. You put the flooring in there, okay, like that. It's just
Peter James. I actually have the name. It's actually called the No Sick Carry All Caddy.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
it's a caddy.
This is, I'm sure, for.
It's heavy duty.
Yeah.
Yes. It can actually carry loads up to 5 kilograms.
Rocket, come here. Let me see.
Oh, he's actually. Let's see. Hold on. Wait, Tito James. Let me bring Rocket there just to check. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Let me do it. Let me check.
Rocket there.
Come here, Rocket. We need your help.
You watch. He's gonna charge you now.
Perfect.
Yep, he fits.
Hey, Tito James, you know what they say? If the shoe fits, right?
Yes, Rocket. You got yourself a nice little chair for the car. There you go. Yeah, he fits.
And actually, his snacks will also fit there because there are actually 8 pockets with 2 side mesh pockets with zippers. But Tito James, you know what's cooler apart from looking at these prizes?
There's only one thing cooler.
There's only one thing. Raffle time! All right, guys. So what we're giving away are some of these organizers that they sent over. We'd love to share them with you so you guys can check it out yourself. So, guys, again, these guys have been around since 2007. Price starts at 120 pesos. And, of course, it can go high depending on the kind of bag, organizer, or wallet. But again, hope you can check them out. They organize on Facebook, Instagram, Lazada, Shopee. But Tito James, what should they put down below, by the way, for them to qualify in the raffle?
Maybe just a hand up for now. That would be fine. Or a little rocket. Maybe a little rocket. How about that?
All right, a little rocket. All right, a little rocket helps. So again, guys, just put them little rockets down there and we'll draw out the winners right before the show ends. Again, good luck. So Tito James, next we go to Freaky Fresh Detailing. So I have to show you some pictures. Since, of course, it's actually a car wash. They're actually based in Kalayaan, Makati, and they offer car wash, ceramic coating, detailing, as well as other services such as seat cover stain removal. So just look at these before and after photos, how cool they are, and how can they make sure that, of course, they also offer engine wash, etc., and asphalt removal. But again, Tito James, you know what's cooler apart from just checking out the photos?
Don't tell me.
Yes.
Raffle time!
So, guys, the awesome folks from Freaky Fresh Detailing that just started and opened their shop last year, by the way, are raffling off their signature car wash to 5 lucky Titoclockers. So, as you can see, if you want your car to achieve the same thing, what they're actually offering their signature car wash. Again, what should they put down below, Tito James?
Anything like soapy. So I don't know, the emoticons are
Bubbles,
like
a water emoji.
Yeah, okay. Bubbles, soapy, anything to do with washing and stuff will be cool. I just missed where you said they were.
Oh, it's in Kalayaan, Makati.
Oh, well, that's close to the studios. All right.
Oh, you want to check them out? Want to try them out yourself, huh?
Well, I had a car wash today after I don't know how long. Gave me a be a little
Right.
wash this morning. And of course, what happened?
It rained. Oh no,
So
Tito
super
James.
otherwise. Yeah,
So I guess
I
people might now kind of blame you after they hear
yes,
this, right?
it's definitely because I washed my car. That's why it rained. I
Exactly. So, guys, if you want to get a car wash, because of course after the rain stop, or you want to get a chance to it, just put them soap, bubbly water emojis down there, and again, we'll draw it out later before the show ends. Again, guys, hope you can check them out at their branch in Kalayaan, Makati, or check them out on their Facebook page. Send them inquiries if you have any questions. Again, freaky fresh car detailing. Okay, Tito James. Last but not the least, okay, I'm just showing these photos. Last but not the least, Tito James, we go to the Alvarez shop. So, Tito James, the Alvarez shop is an online store, online business that started last year. And they actually offer Protect Plus, which is 70% ethyl and 70% isopropyl alcohol. So they have different sizes available. And Tito James, the price can vary depending on the size. So they have anywhere from gallons to sprays. And it starts at 45 pesos, actually, Tito James, as you can see here in the infograph. 45 pesos for the budget spray, and it can go as high as 380 pesos for the super gallon, which is as big as 3.7 liters. So, guys, for those who need this, hope you can send them a message. Again, the Alvarez shop on Facebook and Instagram. Well, that's all we have for this week's edition of Free Plug Friday. Stay safe and always sanitize the clockers. This is X. Peace out. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. Woo-hoo.
Thank you very much. X has X with the latest in the headlines. And the latest in Free Plug Friday. You heard that. We've also got a couple of raffle prizes to give away. I'm just trying to get through some things on my screen. I see already like June has posted these washy things. Mayan's posted it. That's all we need, right? And we'll do that draw a little bit later on. Okay. In the meantime, let's hit the Ask Me Anything portion. So what you got there for us, X? We'll also take live ones, by the way, if you want. Yep. Ready. Okay, cool. What do we got? Okay. A review on the Geely Okavango Urban Plus because we're planning to buy a 7-seater car. Okay. As far as I tried it once, and I thought the Geelys were very well made cars. I think they're very well spec'd. I love their designs. I rank them as one of the highest or in the top 3 of the Chinese brands. And so for that, I think they're already worthwhile being on your shopping list. The only thing that I wasn't particularly sort of, impressed with is it is a hybrid, but it's very, how would you say this? I feel it's a token hybrid. It's not exactly, you won't really get the full savings of it, but there's something. There's a little bit. It has like I think it's a 48 watt motor, something like that just kind of operates your peripherals like air conditioning, lights, radio, etc., etc. It doesn't seem to have enough power to power the vehicle, or certainly not enough to make a big difference in your gas bill. So there are some small advantages to it, but if you're really looking for a hybrid, I think you might feel like it's lacking in that. If you're just doing it on a 7-seater and you like the car for everything else that it has, then fine. It is a good looking, very nice to drive car, does seat 7, and it does have that little bit of a pakulo, which is the hybrid sort of thing going on. But when you compare it to, let's say, a Nissan Kicks, again, just from the hybrid, not necessarily because they're 2 different classes, right? If you compare it to the Nissan Kicks or the Corolla Cross or any of those, yeah, you're going to find that it's not really a true hybrid. So there, just as long as you keep that in mind, make your decision like that. If that's not so important to you, go for gold, knock yourself out. I don't think you're going to have any problem with Geelys. I think they're great. And I did consider one too. I just went with the MG in the end versus I think it was a Coolray. And I'm very happy with my choice, like super happy. So there, hope that answers your question. Now, Francis, Can I tow my own car using my other car? Do I need a towing service to move my car to another place? Oh, this is a good question. Um, you can tow your own car. I don't know if there are certain roads where you're not allowed to do it, though. So if you're planning to go on the highway, um, I'm not sure. I don't want to go on record saying you can or cannot because I don't know, and there might be an issue with doing that. But if you're asking from just regular roads, normal other roads, I don't think you're going to have a problem so long as you do it properly. I mean, the person behind, there's several ways of towing. I'm assuming if you do it yourself, you're just using the lazy rope, right? Which is that just a normal tow rope. If you're using that, you got to make sure you have somebody in the car behind you who knows what they're doing. Okay, this I can't stress enough. I've seen too many accidents or situations arise where the guy behind, or the person who's behind, or even the person driving the tow vehicle, they're not in sync. And so you're going to get a lot of this tugging, pulling, maybe even hitting each other at some point. But you want somebody to be smooth doing that. Also, make sure those tow ropes are proper and they're secured properly. Like, I've seen tow ropes snap, and it's not a pretty sight. It could do some serious damage, cause injury, or even death. So be very, very, very careful. See, Rafi said not allowed in Muntinlupa. See, so there are certain rules and laws against this. So you really have to be careful which way you go and where you're going. If you're just going into a small area, whatever, just double check with the barangay or the city that you're passing through. Other than that, if it's a long distance, I would just go with a professional towing company. Sometimes it's whatchamacallit. Sometimes it's just better. Marlon's done it. See, he says no problem. So it can be done, but just be mindful of the cities that you're crossing, the distances that you're going, or the roads that you're going on before you commit to that. All right. If it's a small job, then fine. If not, I would be careful. All right. And I would go with AAP or something like that. Sam says, Tito James, hi, I've seen some new cars having 360-degree camera. Does it really help in terms of safety and awareness? Yes, used correctly, it does. But I want to clarify, you don't use this while you're really driving. You use this while you're maneuvering and parking. Okay, so it's not something that you rely on in terms of road safety when you're I just want to make that clear. May seem pretty obvious. I may be answering a very obvious question, but I just need to hear myself say that out loud. Okay, it's only there for parking, maneuvering around tight areas, low speed, off-road, and stuff like that. If you use it in that regard, then by all means, it really does help, because there are situations where you may not see an obstacle in front of you. Let's say it's a cone, a barrier, God forbid, it's a child or an animal or anything like that. So when I am in the car with the 360 cam, I always just look at it before I leave. I look at the entire car around surroundings, but I never just trust that. It also tells you to make sure you check your mirrors and do a physical check if you can. But that's what it's designed for. You're not meant to drive on it. You're just meant to use it as a guide when you're maneuvering and parking. And in that case, it is very helpful. So I hope that answers your question. Oh, man, good question, Jerry. Are camper RV vans legal in the Philippines? Is there a special permit to be able to drive one? You may need a permit to tow one, but if it's the recreational vehicle that's built from the chassis up, provided it doesn't exceed the weight of what's on your license, then you should be able to drive it legally on road, because we base this on the amount of wheels and the weight. So as long as it pasok yan sa, because they make them up from sometimes Hiluxes, they make them up from combi vans or Hiaces and stuff like that, and those are perfectly legal. You can drive that in your regular driver's license. But when we start getting into the bigger car, and that way you can be very well protected. Okay, Randall, can you put that thing up again? This is also good advice here from Randy, who's in the studio right now. Know the car front, rear, all-wheel drive. Not knowing could damage the car system is a very good piece of advice. Thanks for mentioning that, Randolph, because it's true. If you're not, if you're towing an all-wheel drive car, you could do some severe damage. If you're towing the front-wheel drive car in the wrong way or the rear-wheel drive, you can also do some serious damage. So make sure you know what you're doing. If not, get a professional, because as the saying goes, if you think it's expensive hiring a professional, try hiring an amateur. It's worse because the damage that it costs you more. Okay, any good news? Inflation is skyrocketing. You're right, Mace. Well, the only good news I have is that the masks are optional. That's this week's good news for me. But yeah, I agree with you. The inflation, this is something we've been talking about even in 2020 and 2021 on this show, because no, 2021 mostly we were talking about it because we could already foresee this. And I had brought this up. I brought in a few crypto experts, financial experts on the show, because we could foresee this problem. The problem, especially during COVID, was the governments around the world were printing money, because money now is based on debt, right? It's not based on gold like it used to be. So this has created a situation where you get a free pass for a while because you're creating money out of thin air, but that will eventually come back to haunt you, because all you're doing is kicking the can further down the road. You cannot just print money without anything to back it. That is literally theft through inflation. It's going to create this hyperinflation later on, and that's what we're seeing now. The hope that we all have is this doesn't get hyperinflation, just like it did in Venezuela, just like it did in Turkey, in Lebanon, and all of these other countries where it's hitting. It's a serious problem. So hopefully they can bring it under control, but we are going to feel it because of the strength of the US dollar. We're going to feel it in that way as well for a little while. So it's time to sort of be careful with the unnecessary expenses and start saving. But then saving is not also a very good strategy. When I say saving, you want to find a good store of value for your money if you're able to put some aside, because putting it in your mattress or putting it in the bank, you're actually going to get less out of it, because your money will be worth less than the inflation. So if you're getting, I think what we saw the figures for 7 point something percent, but you're only getting 1 or 2% from the bank, you can see how you're going to be loogie by the end of the year. So you got to find a better store of value. Some people, they use properties, usually, but not everyone has access to property because it's such a huge investment. So some people are investing in some people invest in art, some people invest in crypto, in jewelry and stuff like that. But the key here is you got to do your own research. Don't take it from somebody like me or somebody who's just a random person on YouTube, because this is your money. You're going to deal with the consequences later. But just know that it's a pretty solid universal advice that during a recession or during high inflation times, the worst place to keep your money is in your mattress or in the bank, because it's just gonna not grow at the same rate as inflation. So you're going to lose. Who was that, Marlon, who asked, are the US doing it right? No, they're not doing it right. I think the US are driving this global recession that's coming up, because they have been the biggest culprits when it comes to money printing. They have really, and now they're finally starting to really feel the effects. So they're tweaking everything as much as they can with interest rates. The feds are adjusting that, but the market's not responding to it because they have serious issues as well with the supply chain, with the spending, the GDP. So it's all coming down to a crashing halt. I'm not so optimistic with what's happening in the US, but I'm not a financial expert, but I put some money away in crypto, even though I know people are saying, oh, crypto, that's the worst place. It's volatile, it's going down. Well, yes, but at the moment, it's not as volatile as the stock market. It's been more stable than the stock market. And over a long term, I believe it's a good hedge against all of this. But that's my personal. I don't want to talk anybody into it because everyone's got a different risk appetite. And once again, when we're talking about money, it's a very serious thing. Go and do your own research and speak to proper financial advisors who actually have an obligation to give you proper advice. Make sure that this person is a fiduciary, not somebody who's just an agent that has no responsibility over where to tell you to put your money. There's a big difference in those. Okay, there's a lot of agents out there that don't have a fiduciary responsibility, and that means that they are obliged to tell you where it's best to spend your money. But I've seen too many agents out there selling all these other investment plans that are not fiduciaries, so they can just make sure that you spend enough to make sure they make money. Hope that came out right. It's a long explanation. Towed own vehicle once using the lazy rope, got pulled over Nichols interchange. Officers were looking for a rigid tow bar and said we weren't allowed to tow. You see, Joe, I think you're Joe. That experience, I would already just get a proper tow truck. Again, if it's just within the village, if it's just certain, but if you're going through like interchanges like Nichols, you're going through EDSA, you're going through Wagna, you may or may not be busted with it, but it's sometimes just not worth it. Next. No, I don't. Simple answer to that question. No, I don't. I enjoy my peace of mind. I enjoy my peaceful life. I do not want to add any dramas to my life. And I think all that does, the political aspirations, I don't want to sound jaded or anything, but I just don't believe it is the most effective way to get things done in your community. I think there are other ways, and I think this is the other way. Having a community that responds like we do. I mean, we've done some together as a community, have done some amazing things where we've had laws passed, we've influenced some rules to be dropped, changed, modified, etc. We've done tremendous things. We've done fundraisers, helped other people out. And so I feel that my effort is best spent here, because once you enter the political arena, it's a different animal altogether. You need to be beholden usually to a political party, which means you're already in bed with them before you even get elected. And once you get elected, the utang na loob comes in. You have to make sure that everybody gets their cut and their ROI on you, because that's what it is. Let's face it. Let's call a spade a spade. When people back you like that, especially in political parties, they want an ROI. What is an ROI politically? It's doing them favors. It's making sure you create laws or protect them or create laws that favor them. That's not how I operate, so I'd rather stay out of it. See, Marielle said, good. Stay out of politics. True platform is super effective already. Don't bother with lobbying in politics. Thank you, Marielle. I'm glad you see it my way too, because it's just something I've always told myself. Just no. And another thing, I keep that question up. I'll answer it in a second. Another thing is that I've also felt that the best way to get things done is through unity, right? And I'm not trying to, that's not a political slogan, by the way. I'm just saying that united, you can get more done. And this platform has been very uniting. Yes, sometimes you get the odd hater, the odd troll, and sometimes we disagree and all that. But overall, it's uniting. And the biggest reason I find it is uniting is because we don't discuss politics on this page. I've never put out my political colors. I never put out my political I don't have political ambitions. So the simple way of explaining this is, if let's say you tell the group here, you tell this community here, I don't think Jeeps should stop in the middle of the road to pick up passengers. I think they should stop at designated stops. About 100% or 98% will probably say, tama ka, Tito James, let's all get behind that, because that's something that really affects us all. And together we will, help you solve that problem. Okay? Now, picture if I was a BBM or a Lenny or whatever, and I wore those colors proudly, right? I wore the pink or I wore whatever color, right? Now, all of a sudden, I've automatically divided my audience in half. Automatically. So it no longer becomes about the Jeep. It becomes about your political color. Ikaw kasi, matapobre ka, hindi ka ano. We're not discussing the Jeep anymore. We're discussing the politics. See? That's why I feel politics is divisive and nothing gets done there. And it becomes counterproductive. So this is why I like to spend my energy here. Thanks, Kane. Okay. Should we take a couple more, one more before the raffle? Yeah, the raffles are, all right. What's my preferred ulam on rainy days? If I have a choice, it's hands down tinola or sinigang, right? I love tinola. Or sinigang, pwede rin. And then a third is ramen. But a good tinola with just the right amount of ginger, just the right amount of malunggay, that nice thigh part of the chicken, and the sayote. Oh my, patis, steaming hot rice. Put it on the rice, a little chili in the patis, a little bit of calamansi. Oh my goodness! In fact, I want to walk out right now and have that. It's so I'm really working myself up. And then the other one is love a good sour sinigang, something with that bite in the end. So there. Tito James, nasa Banawe kanina kami. Thank you for accommodating us. Hey, you're welcome, Jules. Super cool. Yeah, we got quite a bunch of people show up, considering it was like late notice, right? Last minute. Like I said, I announced it, and we were only there for like 45 minutes or 30, 45 minutes, and we got 5 or 6 people, I think, showed up from that broadcast in that time. So I was really happy. So thanks, guys, for making the effort. Champorado with tuyo, that's also a good one, especially in the morning. All right. Oh, the Kenneth was there for the free. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Oh, sayang. Everyone's not planning to make tinola tonight. Yeah, yeah. At least we didn't. Yeah, we have a habit of making people hungry on this show. Should I say? Oh yeah, papaya and city leaves for the tinola. I'm gonna try that definitely. And X brought back some sampalok from her trip to Bangkok, and that was like, ooh, that really adds some serious sting to your sinigang. Of course, I still cheat. I still put the mix, right? But the mix with the fresh, oh man, it's really good. Bicol Express also another favorite. I just go for soups when it's hot, when it's cold and rainy. But I love a Bicol Express. Showbiz aspirations. That was movie officer in the I don't really have any aspirations, but unlike politics, if the opportunity came up, I could see myself entertaining it or trying it out. Just for the simple challenge of it all or something different, I would definitely consider it, where I wouldn't really consider it with politics. But yeah, sure. I just don't think it's something I would chase. That's not something I would actually go out of my way to try to build a career in showbiz. But if the opportunity came up, I would certainly grab it. I got the premium type for other car. Good, Kenneth. At least you got something. At least you got something. I'm glad. Sayang lang the trip if not. This is the healthiest way of passing time in mind and in a very comfortable way, lying and learning at the same time. I hope you mean lying down, not lying as in politicians type of lying. I think I know what you mean. Lying down and learning a lot. Okay, good job. Thank you, Jong. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Okay, maybe one more X, and then we go into the raffle. Okay. Would you do? Yeah, of course I would. I mean, the question is, would he do a scene with me? You got to ask him. But yeah, I've always wondered how many people come up to him and ask him, "Uy." I mean, I just saw this today. I mean, I've shown it once before, but you know, can you see it in the back there? Oh, yeah, you can. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, because it's kind of small. But like, I just saw this today again for the second time. Can they see it? Probably not. Right? This is the guard that stopped me one time. We'll hide his name naman. Hindi mahiya si Kuya. You see that? See, I get this all the time. I wonder if he gets it too. He thought I was just Tony and posted it. All right. So, yeah, that's that. Let me just put back our logo there. Just so you know, this is actually a real dynamic screen. It's not a green screen. Okay, so alongside Ian Veneracion, yes, I would definitely do one. That guy, gotta say, is one of the nicest artistas I've ever met. He is so humble, such a gentleman, really, really nice role model for people, and a great icon in showbiz because he's also been, I think he's been happily married for over 25, 30 years, something like that. He's just humble, and I like him. I like him a lot. And yes, I would love to do something like that, a movie or anything with him. What about Rocket? No showbiz aspiration? Gotta ask his mom. Rocket's mom? Well, he did star in a Petron commercial. Is that out yet? The nationwide. I don't know if you've noticed the Petron whatchamacallit. Maybe you can flash. Do you have one there? A flash? Yeah. It's also in Petron. There we go. There you see. And that's today. I'm wearing the same shirt. See. So yeah. He, so yes, he did get the star in a Petron commercial. Okay, and then show the picture naman of, excuse me, of him in the car. Ha! Can you find that?
Of course, it's right here.
Look at that proud mom there. That doesn't show the. Oh, there. See there. That's the rocket ship. I'll press play again. The rocket ship in the Petron commercial being filmed. Huh? So there you go. Super sikat, the rocket ship. And I'm still a little pissed at that guy.
Why?
Because, more people came to see and have a photo with him at Gears Banawa today than they did for me. Yeah, that's right. Because I pulled Rocket up on the live stream and people were like, where's Rocket? I want to take a picture with Rocket. So you know what I did? I put him in the rain. I made him all his fur go down. And nobody wanted a picture after that. They're like, ang pangit naman yan. Just kidding. Wouldn't do that. Star Power Rocket. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, X. About time we do this raffle. I need a dog. Okay, we need the music. We need a dog. 3, 2, 1. It's raffle time! Right there. Okay, before we get into the raffle, we just want to remind everybody, hey, look, live events are back. MG Live, I've been doing this for I don't know how long now, but it's always been a blast every time they have a host of MG Live because they have great concerts. And this one they're doing November 3 to 6 with, is it Parokya ni Edgar? Come on, man, who doesn't want to watch that, right? And so if you want to see a Parokya ni Edgar concert, MG Live is the place for you. These are free, right? These are free concerts, right? Free concerts. Plus, they have a raffle. Look at this. You can win some extraordinary prizes. They're Apple AirPods. There looks like, is that an iPad or an iPhone? You see? And then you can get the test drive, the MGs and stuff like that. So that's Ayala Mall's Soledad. Yeah. That's the one in QC.
Oh, that's far.
Like,
Soledad is far.
Is that the one near like North? SM North?
Soledad.
Oh, Soledad's in the south, which is where? Like New Valley. Okay, all right. But so this is a good one for the people in the south. Soledad. Sorry, I thought it was the other one I'm thinking of. All right. So check it out if you want to watch Parokya ni Edgar. You can test drive the cars as well. They're really selling the MG5 for $658. Wow. Starts at, yeah, but that seems like pre-inflation prices. Pretty good. Thanks, man. New Valley. All right, New Valley it is. So that is something to be reminded of. What else have we got? Thanks, Marlon. Start the raffle. Feed the dog. Get the raffle up. You got to stay in a Chinese restaurant. You got to eat in a Chinese restaurant today. Thankfully, we're able to get private room for him. Ready? This is Whiskey Live. There's the paw. Hello. Leslie Montenegro. Hope you great. Okay. Next stop. Oh, congratulations, by the way, to last week's winners. We had so many come up. We had like the longing machines. Everyone collected too. They were so like, I mean, we had almost 4,000 people tuned in. I got to meet, which is great. I love me, and we're meeting one right after. And today, 6:15. They moved it. Oh, I love meeting people. So especially raffle winners, they just so nice. Okay, so this one is for Rocket, giving away Rocket. Let's go. Sorry, not Rocket. No, wipers. Calm down. Wipe those tears. It's okay. Mhm. It looks like he's looking right at the. Making bantay. Good job. Yeah. Video smoothies to Rocket. Yeah, he's really nakakagigil. Except when he fell off the chair today, that was funny. He was on the chair and then he fell off, but his leash was too short, so he was dangling. But thankfully, it's the dangles from that connects the here to the body, so it didn't hurt him. Oh, these are for the wipers, right? Okay. All right, so the winners, if you see the name pop up there you go. Any of those winners pop up there. If you saw your name, all you gotta do is send Rocket Launcher a message on his IG account. Yes, he has one, the.rocket.launcher, and we'll take care of the rest, or he will. Right? Fine. Okay, fine. There you go. More pa? Second part. Okay. All right. Wait, he ate all of it. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, you did it. Boom. Okay. Okay, that's enough for next week too, huh? Yep. That's enough. That's enough bribe for even next week. Rocket. Look at him. Look at him. At least look involved, Rocket. Look entertained. Because he thinks he's a teddy bear, that's why. Are you not entertained? Congratulations, Patty. Congratulations. These are 7. Oh, wow. Make sure you have a screenshot of that. It's going to be hard to make sure that name's valid, right? Rocket. Paul, Henry, Hortaleza. Go, Rocket. Ramil, Bayogos, Anyon. All right, there you go. The.rocket.launcher. Send your screenshots. Rocket will take care of the rest. Congratulations to all our winners, not just this week, but last week, the big ones. They also, man, everybody, it was great meeting all of them, or not all of them, but some of them. And yeah, so that's it. You missed the episode, Mark. It was a great episode. It was like one of our biggest ones ever. And that brings us exactly 6 o'clock. So, yep, that's all we got time for. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to tune in again next week. We have a special guest next week, right? live guest in studio.
First time.
First time we're gonna have we're probably gonna do it here, right? We're gonna probably do it on the couch here. We'll see. We'll try it out. It'll be great. All right. So till then, be kind to one another. Drive safely. Stay dry. Bye, everyone.
Fancy meeting you in my internet. Couldn't help but notice your smile, while everybody else around us is surfing about. Can we just stop and chat a while? Get away from these gray and boring, lonesome days of our quarantine. Early yet to say what lies ahead. It's just the first day of the rest of our lives. Love could be waiting at the end of this quarantine. Let's stop and talk a while. Let's stop and talk a while.